2-meter net calling the Bristol 2-meter net. Is KL1ZA, Kilo Lima 1 Zulu Alpha. Name here is Jim, Juliet India Mike, and I'm your net control for tonight. Bristol 2-meter net meets each Tuesday night at 9 p.m. or 2100 hours local on the 14667 repeater. This repeater has no tones and a negative offset. We are affiliated with the Amateur Radio Emergency Service, the National Traffic System, and the Bristol Amateur Radio Club. All amateurs are welcome to check into the net. Is there any emergency or priority traffic for the net? Do you have any formal or informal traffic that includes announcements or bulletins, items for sale or trade, or local hamfests? Please call now. This time, before we begin the mobile and portable portion of the check-in, I would like to say that Jason, WX4XW, checked in early tonight. Jason is in Boring, Tennessee, right next to the airport. Jason, I know you're listening and unable to check in at this time, but thank you very much for your early check-in. Appreciate that. Do we have any other mobile portable stations or stations wishing to check in and out? Please call now.
WE4AWJ, Emmett in Bristol. For HQ, in and out.
I missed the first portion of your call sign. Could you please repeat?
Kilowatt 4, Hotel Queen.
Okay, the net recognizes WE4AWJ Emmett and K4HQ as in and out. Are there any other stations wishing to check into this portion of the net?
Whiskey 4, Delta, Whiskey November, Nick and Chill Howie, in and out.
Recognizes Nick, W4DWN in Chilhowie as in and out. Nick, thank you very much for checking in tonight. Appreciate it. Any other stations, mobile, portable, or in and out?
Net Control, please check in. Kilo November 4, Oscar Uniform Yankee, Robert Kingsport, in and out.
And for OUI, Robert, in and out. Thank you for checking in tonight. Any other stations?
Net Control, please check in. Kilo Tango 4, Romeo Sierra, Quebec, Stephen in Bluff City.
Recognizes KT4RSQ. Stephen, thank you for checking in. Anyone else? And we go to the top of the net. Right now it is Emmett, AWE4AWJ. Emmett, do you have any comments for tonight's net?
KL1ZA and the net, and everybody listening in. This is WE4AWJ. Good evening. Well, not too awfully much. Finally kind of cleared up a little bit by this afternoon, but we had some snow this early this morning. Kind of interesting day. I hope it does clear up and doesn't get bad next weekend. Well, other than just always having more to do than I can get done. My wife's also down, so I've got to take care of her too. So just been a busy day. We're able to get on HF for just a little while this morning to see if there's any stations, and there's a de-expedition there in Sierra Leone. We're able to work that, but not much else. Pretty dead. Bands are really kind of down. Well, hope everybody has a good night, and we'll Say 73s to everybody and take care. Back to net control. This is WE4AWJ.
WE4AWJ, KL1ZA Emmett. Thank you for checking in tonight, and I just hope everybody at your house gets back on your feet and feeling much better. I know it's kind of tough dealing with people when they're sick, and hope everybody's okay. It's KL1ZA. We have K4HQ is in and out, W4DWN is in and out, KN4OUY is in and out, and KT4RSQ. Stephen, do you have anything for tonight's net?
Here's KT4RSQ. Good evening, Jim, and everyone on the net. Had a pretty busy day today. Got a few things taken care of as far as a fit test for my face mask and everything at the fire department. Stayed pretty busy. Installed the mobile into the new vehicle I got. Finally got around to doing that. Went with a through the glass antenna. Thought I'd try one of those out. Never had one before. Didn't have too high hopes for it, but I thought that it'd at least get me on the air. Antenna lasted 24 hours before it fell off the glass, and is lost somewhere in the city of Bristol, but that's alright. I'll get a new one. I'll get a new one and get it installed. But with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Net Control. 73s, everyone on the net. Here's KT4RSQ.
KT4RSQ, KL1ZA. Now, Stephen, I hate to hear things like that happen. I really do. I really hope you find it, but I know what you mean. Sometimes these things, don't go as planned, and you got to go to a plan B. Well, anyway, Stephen, thank you very much for checking in tonight. It's KL1ZA, 73, Stephen. Do we have any additional stations wishing to check into tonight's Bristol 2-meter net? Please call now.
Good evening, Jim, KT40.
N4NT, Adam in Bristol.
W4JJ, Jim, Bristol.
KT4SQ, Dale in Bristol.
Net Control, please check in. KD4 CCO, Dallas, Bristol. KL1ZA, please check in. November 4, Kilo Zulu Sugar, Gary and Piney Flats.
That recognizes KT40, Ben, N4NT Adam, WD4JJ Jim, KT4SQ Dale, KD4CCO Dallas, and N4KZS Gary. Are there any other stations wishing to check in? We will go to the top and speak to KT40. Ben, do you have anything for tonight?
Yeah, good evening, Jim, and everybody on the net. Good to hear everybody, and we're doing fine. Once again, the name's Ben. I think I forgot to throw that in, and I'm located here in Bristol. Just to give an update, I know we had some folks come test at the club meeting a couple weeks ago, and with the government shutdown, all of the new licenses will not post until the government reopens. So we got that going on. So we don't have the new hams that we thought we might on the air yet. But we had a couple folks upgrade, and they can use their temporary designators to use their new privileges. But unfortunately, all that's kind of on hold right now. So we'll kind of take an evaluation, see if things are back open or not as we get towards the February meeting. If government's not back open, we might just maybe call off. So anyway, we'll folks keep up on the club Facebook page, and thank Adam for really getting that going. So about all I've got, Jim. Did hear Emmett mention he worked the Sierra Leone. I got them on 160 and worked them on 30-meter ready, so filling up a couple band slots with them. So that's been fun to chase. Anyway, we'll catch you later. Thanks, Jim. KL1ZA, KT40.
KT40, KL1ZA. Ben, thanks a lot for checking in tonight. Thanks for all you do. I know the government shutdown is going to have a few people sweating bricks about whether we're able to get their license or not, and I know it'll happen eventually, and I hope and pray it happens sooner than later. Thank you very much, Ben, and have a good night. KL1ZA. Adam, N4NT, KL1ZA, how are you?
Hey, Jim, everybody on the net, doing good. Looks like you're doing good with the net logger program there. I know that it doesn't put all the information in if you don't have the QRZ premium account, and I think that's about the only way to make that happen unless we had a server we could put everything on. But now it's looking good. I mean, most of us know each other by their call signs, so you got the list going there and that kind of thing. It's looks like it's working good, and a few of us are chatting on the instant messenger, the AIM window as it's labeled in there. So, excuse me, it's been going good. Looking at it, we're still a few weeks away from the next meeting, but if you're on the Facebook page, I think I created an event for that where everybody can easily add it to their calendar and be reminded of it. And speaking of the announcement Ben made there, he did post something on the Facebook page, and what I do is one of the administrators on the page, when something like that is put on there, I can go in and mark it as an announcement, and it'll put it at the top, where it will constantly show at the top until it's replaced by something else. So that one was pretty important, so I felt probably needed to bump that up like that. So anytime we have anything like that, that's how we'll do it. And we had our 10-meter net the other night, and ran net logger and all that good stuff. I want to thank the Mears group again. Heard a couple of them checking in, 2 or 3 or 4. Actually re-up my membership with them as well. But they set up a link between the 443 repeater and the 10-meter frequency. So that opened us up there. We had about, I don't have it in front of me, it was about 14 check-ins. A couple checked in by proxy on net logger. We couldn't hear them on the air, but ran a pretty successful net, seemed like. I really enjoyed it. Had some people asking about the next one, and I know Dallas mentioned running the link again on 443. I don't have a definitive schedule for the next one. I just need to look at my calendar and see when we can do that. Don't have it really set up to do weekly or what have you. Maybe through the winter months or something we'll try to do it more often than we do other times, but we'll definitely try to put one together and get it announced and everything here pretty soon. But other than that, not a whole lot to report on this end. Hope everybody's having a good evening, and we'll say 7-3. This is N4NT.
4NT, KL1ZA. Adam, thank you very much for everything you do on this. I'm getting this stuff figured out slowly and surely. It seems like it's taken me forever, but I'm gonna, I don't know if I'm gonna log on to like a premium QRZ account or not. I do have a question though. Can I enter the information that I have on here manually?
You can. Yeah, you can enter the information. I don't know if it saves for the next time. I'm going to look into that. There may be a way, excuse me, to where that'll pull up when you plug it in next time. But yeah, any of that information, even if it auto-populated from QRZ, I found out the other night you can go in and change it as well if it's wrong. But yeah, you can plug all that in. It's N4NT. KL1ZA. Thanks a lot, Adam. We'll say 7-3 and talk to you later. KL1ZA.
Jim, WD4JJ, do you have anything for tonight?
KL1CA, Jim, WD4JJ, Jim here in Bristol. Well, no, not a whole lot, considering trying to keep up with the weather, which is becoming an almost impossible task. You can't make up its mind whether it wants to be summer or winter, but I guess we'll get through it. Well, of course, there's not a whole lot I can do. Can't do anything as far as going, out in crowds or anything. I'm more or less confined to the quarters here until the flu seasons and the bug seasons all gets by. Two of them, as I have been unsuccessful, these two little stomach viruses, but I don't mind them too bad. It's something that, like pneumonia or flu or something I definitely don't want to get a hold of. And my little eye problem that I had coming up for last Friday, it corrected itself, so we didn't have to go through that. So since I'm confined to the quarters here, just sort of been doing a little house cleaning. First one thing, another life. Jim, at first I can't remember now what the dues is to the club anyway. Is it 12 or 15? So next time you can, I think it's 15. I can't keep up with all that stuff anymore. But I guess we'll get ready for this weekend. Looks like it's going to be a rough one and a cold one, so there we go. Well, that's about all I got here. I just, like I said, been doing a little house cleaning, first one thing and the other. Enjoyed the day up. Nice little group here tonight. There's some of them that I haven't heard for a while. Some has changed calls, and I guess, I have to stretch the old brain there a little bit more. Yeah, back to net, KL1ZA, WD4JJ.
W4JJ, KL1ZA, thanks a lot for checking in tonight. And is there anyone here who can help Jim figure out what the dues are for the Bristol Club?
N4NT.
Go ahead, Adam.
Yeah, it's 15, and then any additional in the same family is, I can't do quick math, half of that for each additional.
Okay, well, I thought it was, because I knew the 750 and I thought it was 15. Thank you, Adam.
You're welcome. Back to net, N4NT.
NT, KL1ZA, thanks a lot. And by the way, that's $7.50 if anybody's asking. Hey, thanks a lot for Adam for the information, and Jim will say 73, KL1ZA. Dale, KT4SQ, do you have anything for tonight?
Good evening, Jim and everyone on the net. And not really much here tonight to report that I do keep a 20-meter contact every day, and it seems to stay open, but 15 meters very seldom anymore. So it's kind of the story from here. And that's much else except for the cold weather, and it's winter, so we're going to enjoy it. Thank you much, Jim. KL1ZA, this is KT4SQ.
K4SQ, KL1ZA. Dale, thanks a lot for checking into the net tonight. I appreciate you. And have a good night. 73, KL1ZA. Dallas, KD4CCO, do you have anything for tonight?
Well, good evening, Jim, and everybody else on the net. Well, yeah, we had a good time trying to set up that linking between the 10-meter and the 443 last Friday night. It worked halfway. The link between the 10-meter and 443 worked well, but the link back did not work so well. Well, I figured out what was wrong the next day. I had our setting wrong on the FT991, and it was trying to use the microphone instead of the computer connection. And it's got to have the computer connection to do the linking between both directions. So that's been cured, and I'm looking forward to the next 10-meter link. And 6-meter sounds interesting too. We could even do that on FM. As a matter of fact, we could go a step further than that. We could make that fusion. 6-meter. There's a 6-meter repeater somewhere around. Well, not around here. I'm not sure where it is, but there is a 6-meter repeater that operates fusion. So that's something we would need a repeater to do that, of course. Or if everybody on the connection was fusion, we could do that as well. So anyway, back to net control. We'll say 73s, KD4 CCO.
KD4 CCO, KL1ZA. Dallas, thanks a lot for checking into the net tonight. And you take care, and we'll say 73 for now, KL1ZA. And last but not least in this group, we have we have Gary, N4KZS. Gary, do you have anything for tonight?
Good evening, Jim, and everyone else checking into the net tonight. We got a 32-degree outside temperature down here, calm winds, and everything been going pretty good down this way. And I got to check in. I had to use Fusion to check in the 10-meter net. Well, I think they could hear me, but I couldn't hear a soul on my end, so I'm probably needing an antenna or something for 10 meters instead of what I'm using. So anyway, but it's a lot of fun. Enjoy it too. And say hello to everyone checking in. Hello, double time to KT40. More or less had dinner with him tonight at Shoney's. I ran into him up there. But anyway, we'll just say God bless to all. Everybody take care of themselves. Stay warm. Back to net control from N4KZS.
4KZS, KL1ZA. Gary, thanks a lot for checking in tonight. I appreciate you. And you have a good night, and we'll say 7-3 for now, KL1ZA. Do we have any additional check-ins for tonight's Bristol 2-meter net? One more call for check-ins to Bristol 2-meter net.
The N4NT recheck.
Go ahead, N4NT.
Yeah, we were just having a discussion on the NetLogger messenger here, so I figured I'd just throw it out for those that are not monitoring that. But I posted a suggested net format as far as our HF nets go on the Facebook page, and it's just that. It's just a suggestion. Like I say, anyone that wants to set up a net, feel free to do so. Just announce it there on Facebook or at a club meeting if possible, or email, what have you, or shoot me a message and I can put it in the newsletter, that kind of thing. You're more than welcome to, and just let us know ahead of time. I'm sure Dallas would probably be glad to set up the link and all that good stuff. But I am looking at my calendar right now to see what I can do coming up in February, sometime within a month of our last net. So my goal is to try to at least get one on the air once a month through the fall and winter months at least, that kind of thing. But anyway, that's all I had about that. Back to net. It's N4NT.
N4NT, KL1ZA. Adam, thanks a lot for checking into the net tonight. I'm going to give one more call for any additional check-ins or any other announcements.
Jim, do you see the gentleman messaging you on NetLogger there about a check-in, I guess a check-in by proxy on NetLogger?
5 Echo Delta Mike?
Yeah, that's it. I just wanted to make sure. I didn't know if you... I know when you're doing the net control duties, you may be difficult to keep up with all that, so I just wanted to make sure you saw it.
My dispatcher, remember?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. N4NT, back to you.
N4NT, KL1ZA. Thanks a lot, Adam, and thanks for everything you've done tonight. Appreciate it. I'm going to going to go ahead and close the net tonight at 2,125 hours, and we have had a total of 13 check-ins, including myself. And I want to thank everyone for doing this net tonight, helping me out with it. We're making some great strides and getting new people all the time, and I really appreciate it. Actually, we had 14, including K5EDM, who checked in by proxy. I would like to thank everyone for checking in tonight, and I'm going to return the W4UD repeater back to normal amateur use, 7-3, and good night. And I will be monitoring this frequency for about 10 more minutes.